Hi, Carl Ford here in the TMC Net newsroom at IT Expo in Austin, Texas. And actually, we're part of the M2M contingent here, my guys. And I'm really happy to have Neil Wieler with me, Senior Sales Executive at Vecima Networks. So first of all, Neil, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, you know, we've been talking a lot about supply chain and transportation, and you were pointing out to me that there's some neat things about what you guys are doing. So tell me how you guys have come into the fleet management space.
Sure. We have a product that is totally made and manufactured and designed by Vecima Networks. So we make the product end to end and have control over it in that fashion. It's a device that sits in a vehicle and reports on fuel economy. Of course, the GPS is always part of these systems, and helps the fleet managers track where their vehicles are. It tracks efficiency of operation. And with some history on the GPS side, they can actually track where the vehicle has been. So if there's ever an incident, they can actually go back and replay history and understand exactly what happened in an incident. So all those things are available.
So we've kind of touched base about three items. One is the productivity and efficiency of managing your fleet.
Right.
You also mentioned the green side of the equation.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. So we report on the fleet in general, the fuel economy of the fleet in general. But also of each vehicle in particular. So if one vehicle is above or below average, the fleet manager can have a look at it, and either if it's above average, praise the individual and adapt some of the methodology and some of the operational characteristics that an individual uses. But you can also look at the ones that are operating inefficiently and find out what's going on, whether it's a vehicular thing or whether it's an operator thing. But it also tracks the idle times, which is typically wasted fuel. And if idle times are really short, it's part of doing business. But if they get to be long, we can alert the fleet manager while it's happening, so he can find out what's going on. The last thing you need is to have an 8-hour idle time of burning 7 to 10 gallons of gas at $4.
Right, exactly.
And that is typically unproductive fuel. But the fleet manager can have a look at it and decide for himself whether the vehicle is being operated properly or not.
Got it. Now, amongst the other things that's cool about what's going on is now that we've got all this sensor reporting going on, we actually have a government mandate you were telling me about weights and scales. You want to talk about what's going on there?
Absolutely. So it's been a little while in going through the regulatory paces, but now the government, the DOT, has mandated that on the 1st of January in 2014, the drivers, the long-haul operators in particular that report to the scales, need to submit a electronic hours of service record. They've chosen Wi-Fi. They had a few discussions about what technology to use, but they've chosen Wi-Fi as the transmission method. And the hours of service report, which lets the DOT know how long the particular operator has been driving, how many rests he's had, what the week looks like, all of those regulations that the DOT mandates gets reported, and the DOT could actually ground the truck, saying that operator has exceeded his hours per week and he has to stay for 2 days.
So now let me see if I get this right. So when I'm going through state lines and I see those scales,
you bet.
What's going to happen is while you're on the scale, the Wi-Fi is going to work and talk to each other.
Right. Exactly. And the driver will hit a button, the hours of service record will be transmitted electronically. The DOT person will have a look and see if it matches the regulations.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it, and I can understand. There are several different opportunities there, but I think Wi-Fi was a good choice on their part.
Absolutely. Yeah, they looked at Zigbee and Bluetooth and those kind of things, but Wi-Fi is much more globally acceptable or is globally available. And on the technology side, more people use it. So they've done that.
And it's easier on range for something that close.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Bluetooth, you might
you might miss. Right?
You might have to shift back and forth a little just to get it right. And Zigbee in theory could do it, but there's so much more Wi-Fi out there.
Absolutely.
And Zigbee can be written over Wi-Fi now, so that's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.